Fractions are made up of two parts. The top is called the numerator, and the bottom is called the denominator. Can you make these pictures represent 3/4? Pause the video to try. To turn our circle into 3/4, we must first split our circle into 4 equal pieces, shading in 3 of the 4 pieces, making 3/4. We will do this also with the rectangle, making 4 equal pieces. We can shade in 3 of the 4. They do not have to be all perfectly together. They can be mixed around. All these pictures represent 3/4. 3 out of the 4 are shaded in. 18/24 is also 3/4, but we must reduce the fraction. To reduce the fraction, we must divide the numerator and the denominator by the greatest common factor, which is 6. Dividing each by 6, we get 3/4. This next one looks slightly harder. There are 3 unshaded circles, 3 dots in each line, 4 lines. So we know that 3 of the 4 lines, there are 3 colored in dots and 4 dots in total, making 3/4. Now let's move on to adding fractions. When adding fractions, you need to make sure that the denominator is the same. Both the denominators in our fractions is 4. So we know that the denominator in our answer is going to be 4. Now we can add the numerators straight across. 1 plus 2 equals 3. We can double check this with our pictures. If we have 1/4 and 2/4, add them together, we get 3/4. Let's try a harder one. The denominators in this one are not the same. Using your multiplication tables, we know that 2 times 4 equals 8. So if we times 4 by 2, we get a denominator of 8. Now, what we did to the denominator, we must also do to the numerator. Timesing 1 by 2, we get a numerator of 2. Looking at the picture, we see that timesing 2 doubles what we have, like splitting each piece of our fraction in half, giving us 8. Now we can shade in 2 of the 8 pieces, which is 1/4. Moving our second fraction down here so we may see better, we now know that the denominator is 8 and we can add straight across. 2 plus 2 equals 4. On the second picture, we color in 2 out of our 8 pieces. Coloring in the first 2 of the 8 and the second 2 of the 8, we see that we are correct. We have 4/8 of a circle. This fraction can be reduced smaller, like our 18/24 we did earlier, by dividing 8 and 4 by 2, we get 2/4. Again, we can divide this smaller getting 1/2 as our answer. Half of our circle is colored in. Here we have mixed numbers. These are scary looking to add. They are not like the ones we have been working with so far. To turn the mixed numbers back into an improper fraction so it looks like what we have been working with, we keep the denominators staying the same. So each denominator is 2 and 4. Let's stick with 1 and 1/2 to begin with. To figure out the numerator, we must first times 2 and 1, which is 2, then add what our previous numerator was. 2 plus 1 equals 3. Our new fraction is 3/2. Now let's do that for 2 and 3/4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. Our new fraction is 11/4. Our denominators are not the same. By multiplying 2 with 2 and 3 with 2, we get our new fraction of 6/4. Moving the 11/4 down so we can work straight across, we now have 6 plus 11, which is 17. Our answer is 17/4. Since our question was asked in mixed numbers, we must turn the improper fraction back into a mixed number. To do this, we divide 4 into 17. Or, how many times can 4 go into 17? 4 can go into 17 equally 4 times, with the remainder of 1. Keeping the denominator the same as 4, our answer is 4 and 1/4.